Hi, Super Dan.
Hi, Stephen Paul. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of that. Okay, don't do this to me now.
No, I think it's me.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Or maybe it was you. I don't know.
I don't know who it was.
Something was going on.
Something.
The robots are coming after us, Dan.
They are. They are.
Rebelling. So hi, everybody. Welcome to the Daredevil River Ranch.
That's right.
I'm Stephen Paul.
And I'm Super Dan.
And we are here live on a Thursday night on YouTube. So please like, subscribe, comment, shoot that share-o to your friends, send us nudes. You know, whatever it is. Guys.
We said news.
Yeah, send us news.
Send us news.
Yeah.
Yeah, news. That's right.
So, I mean, they don't have to be of you. So.
I hope not.
Dan, it's been an exciting beginning to the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
not even through the first month.
I mean, yeah. We're not.
We just hit like the middle of the first
halfway
month. Yeah.
mark of the first month. Wait, does January of 31?
Yes, 31.
So yeah, it's tomorrow. Halfway through
Today.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, yeah, halfway through. No, wait. We have to get
16th.
through 15 to halfway through 16th. Yeah, is today
Today's the 16th.
Oh shit. What the hell happened to the last day?
I don't know.
So yeah, there's a lot of fucking shit to talk about. It's been kind of, I guess COVID was pretty crazy, but I feel like this is way crazier.
Yeah, it's way crazier in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
At least we all still got toilet paper.
That's true. I think we're gonna get rid of Fat Barbie too.
Are we?
I mean, I would hope so. I would think so.
Oh. I thought she was just big boned.
Yeah. Dan likes them thick.
That's that
penises
fact.
And ladies.
Yeah, that's, I mean.
That's why Dan's got a big butt. He's like a black guy. He likes heavy-headed white women.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Which is good. The ladies.
Yeah. They need love too.
Oh, yeah. I saw this interesting, it was, I guess it was like the 4-H club for Muslims. And they have these.
What did you say?
when kids raise goats and stuff.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Like camels
Muslim.
And shit?
No, goats. But the goats have these ginormous asses.
Oh, dear Lord.
Have you not seen that?
No.
All right. I gotta bring this up because it is just one of the best things ever.
Ridiculous posteriors?
Yeah. It's kind of unsettling, actually. Muslim goat asses. I don't know. If I nailed it, that would be great. I don't know what he's doing. Wow.
Whoa!
There we go.
Holy crap.
Nailed it.
Literally.
Second one.
Good gravy.
All right. Here we go, people. This is what you came here for. So they're in a tent.
Clearly.
I mean, look at those bodacious asses.
This is not what I thought they meant from kindergarten parachute day.
Okay, they might be Indian. I may have been a little racist.
I mean, we try to not be.
Well, I mean, try is such a obtuse word. Anyways, yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna marry a goat, I
guess
that's the one.
I guess so.
So I hope you dream about that tonight.
I hope.
I was counting sheep, and
then this big ass goat just
kind of.
Oh, so it was a large goat? No, it was big and it had a huge ass. Like, it was crazy.
I was counting sheep, and they were just so voluptuous.
They were curves I never thought I'd see on a goat.
Yeah, so I don't know what that type of goat would be good for, or sheep. I guess it'd probably be a sheep. I don't know if they had horns.
Well, it's a hell of a rump roast, I suppose.
I would hope they're ladies.
Yeah, I'd like to hope so too.
Because then you didn't even see balls. Was that their balls?
I can't tell.
Did they hang off the back of them?
It's terrible because it's still on the other screen.
Probably super warm.
I imagine so.
Yeah. It almost looks like what's it? A front cunt. Wait, no, I guess front cunt would just be a cunt.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I don't know, when somebody has tits on their back. That's kind of what it is.
Oh.
It's like very
The back boobs?
Yeah, they're kind of pendulous. That's a thing.
Clearly.
Yeah. Um. So, Dan, one of the things that I think we all probably are very aware of are the California wildfires.
Yeah, very aware of that.
And as a former wildland firefighter,
Correct.
you
Close enough.
have experience there. What were you?
I was a wildland firefighter.
That's exactly what I just said.
You said a wild man firefighter.
No, I said a wildland.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, I heard man,
man,
and so it's just a wild man.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
like that's exactly what I just said. Yeah, but jarbled, I'm sure. So I mean, all right. So without getting into like the specifics, because I've got some videos.
Okay.
Tell me what your thoughts are as far as it goes. Like you can talk about like what caused it and like all that stuff, but as far as the politics of it, I want to hold on to that.
Oh my goodness, the politics of wildfires is just insane. For one, California has its own particular division of firefighting branch, which is called Cal Fire.
Okay.
They generally don't like to have anyone else from exterior states come in to help with California wildfires because they have Cal Fire. But Cal Fire will send their troops to other fires in other places.
Yeah.
Even though 90% of the time California is on fire.
Yeah. And weren't they turning away like trucks from Oregon and I don't know if Idaho
they will turn away other divisions, other states' helps.
And is it was it emissions? Because that's what I heard. Is that they would like emission test the trucks and turn them away for being environmentally
something like that.
While the place is burning down and there's carbon monoxide and I'm sure dioxide and all, there's carbon going into the air.
Oh yeah,
they'll turn you around for your emissions.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. As long as it's not an electric fire truck, you can't get in there.
Yeah,
can't get in there.
Absolutely. Austin.
Yeah, good old Austin Miller.
Oh yeah. And so, do you guys use reservoirs?
We use reservoirs, creeks, ponds, streams,
urine.
Yeah, yes.
Take a piss on a fire.
Just about anything.
That's what I do with.
Just about any kind of setup for where they can have water tankers or tanker trucks come in and draw water from it.
Dan will even wring out a goat ass.
I
don't know if
a lot of ass to try and wring out, but I don't know how well that's gonna work.
Oh hell yeah!
You did it again! You did it again!
Why don't we want Indian people to come to this country? I don't get it.
They can, just legally, please. We have enough problems with that.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're not.
Just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of what's going on online. Have you guys tried the internet? It's great.
It's fantastic. The internet's pretty good.
Hello, Sarah. Okay. And how many lesbians would you say was the commanding fire brigade? I'm sure at least a couple.
Probably a couple.
Yeah. I've seen on Tinder when I wasn't kicked off.
You ended up getting kicked off of Tinder?
Yeah, guess who kicked me off?
Oh. Oh.
She likes me, so apparently she turned me in.
Bitey McBiterson.
Yeah.
He got bit. Thankfully, the full moon has passed.
Yeah.
That's why we couldn't do the show.
Yeah,
Steve's
I might turn
a
into a crazy bitch.
Steve's a werewolf. Him and Roma, afraid of fires.
Yeah.
That's why we live up here.
So a big part of the story here is apparently the DEI shit that's been running this country for forever. And so I don't know if have you seen the videos online? Like, I guess if you don't, subscribe to the right social media channels, you would have never seen anything about it.
No, clear. I didn't know about it being a DEI thing.
God.
But apparently, according to Austin, an Indian once told him that. Oh my goodness! Really?
Is it the best bussy?
I guess
I
that
can't.
sheep bussy is the best bussy. Holy
Yeah.
cow!
And I mean, I thought a bussy was like a man's
A man butt.
butthole, but I don't know. I think those look like girls. I didn't see any balls because you'd see the balls.
They'd be
dangling, wouldn't you?
pendulous as well. It'd be one stack on top of the other.
Looking at their asses, I would assume everything's gonna,
Yeah, no, you're getting it all, cake
Unless-
and eating it too.
Unless when it goes down, it pulls the balls up. That could be the case.
Could be
The
indeed
weight.
the case.
Yeah, the way.
Could be indeed.
That's how I am.
No, but this DEI being an issue with
Yes.
the politics and bureaucratic side of these wildfire situations, I had no idea
Yeah.
about that.
So
Either that or I just didn't pay that much attention to it.
well, so the first thing I have here is so it's the LA Assistant Fire Chief.
Okay.
Of all of LA. Now, makes I think about $350,000 a year, something like that.
Uh-huh.
So the addresses the concern about whether or not she could carry a man out of a fire. Okay.
Oh,
So-
dear craziness.
We'll just see how this goes.
Okay.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Wow.
Yeah. And guess who the top 3 in the chain of command of LA Fire are?
They're all women, aren't
Yep.
they?
LGBTQ women.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Did
It's
you?
Pat, Austin. That's who that was. That was Pat from Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
identifying as a black person.
It's somewhere in between the male and the female, and
Yeah,
the white and the black. And
You remember Pat, right?
yeah,
from
yeah.
old Saturday
It's
Night
Pat.
Live?
Yeah. It was what is it? An ambiguously gendered person.
You could never tell,
Yeah.
and they never gave it away.
And so this is their DEI recruiting thing. Did you hear what Adam Carolla said?
I honestly haven't heard a lot from Adam Carolla.
So Adam
except that I
Carolla-
saw him like in a suit with glasses in front of a committee of some kind.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. I can't remember what that was, but yeah, they brought that back to show it. But what he was saying, he was telling the same story, I believe. And what it was is, so he was, I don't know, he got out of high school or he dropped out of high school or something like that. And he's like, all right, well, what do I do now? Like, I guess I'll go get a job. And so he said, well, maybe I'll just be a firefighter. So he goes up to the whatever you apply.
Oh, I did see this shit.
And
I
he
did
says-
see it.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'd like to be a firefighter. And they're like, okay, well, we'll call you. And he's like, well, when do you think you'll call me? And it turned out it was 7 years later. So he finally gets called, and I think he was a construction worker this whole time.
Oh my goodness.
And he goes into the place to like do the test or whatever. I think it was just to take the test to become a firefighter. And there was a young black lady behind him, and he turns around and he goes, hey, how long have you been waiting? She's like, oh, I signed up Wednesday. So, that's a
Wow.
good indication. And this was years ago,
Right.
like before DEI and all that stuff.
Came to the forefront.
Yeah, so basically they're turning away, white dudes that are capable and, can carry someone out of a fucking house, for
no
less than
shit.
$350,000 a year. The other thing is that they cut the budget. I'll talk about the mayor in just a little bit, and that's where I had the argument with Grok.
Oh, you argued with Grok.
Oh, yes. I told him, and he admitted he was wrong.
Oh,
So,
good.
Fuck yeah. So they donated a bunch of equipment to Ukraine, hoses. Did you see the one of them dumping purses? The firefighters had purses, and so they were just getting purses full and then like dumping them on sheds and shit. It's crazy. Purses, women's handbags.
Well, you get the right one as long as it's not a clutch, I suppose.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Jeez.
I just have a cell phone with my wallet on the back. You know, the cards.
Yeah, and like 2 tampons and maybe a pad
I have a
and a lipstick.
I have a pop socket.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. The pop socket with the card.
Oh my
holder.
God, yeah.
So they gave away like hoses and generators and like all the stuff you would probably need, you know, pumps, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no, you do need at least a 2-stroke generator to draw water out of whatever source
Sure.
you can.
Sure. And then so they're using women's purses. I'm like, where did you get those purses? Was it from the lesbians? Because they don't usually carry purses. Maybe that was it. They brought in.
It was probably a store, and the glass blew out of
Yeah.
the store, and they
Yeah.
just ran in, and Louis Vuitton was actually like
Those
hooking
what-
people up
Those white firefighters were looting.
for a good cause.
I disagree. 'Cause
I'm not
they're white. Yeah.
Correct. You know, just as long as they didn't take it home with them.
Oh, yes. The picture, I just want you to soak in that, okay, Austin? 5%. I hope you feel bad. And none of them are black.
Oh,
So-
we're all waiting to hear for his analysis from about the mayor, Sarah from Cali.
Oh, yes. So this is just, I don't know. I just thought this one was kind of funny. Thank goodness LA has a lesbian DEI fire chief, and these fires could have been really bad. Looks good, right? Look at all the firefighters out there.
So what
saving.
what part of Constantine is this?
Yeah, it
Right?
looks-
You remember when he went into hell? This is
Yeah.
like him holding the cat, right?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. So, but you know, here's the thing. I also have to give the one a little bit of credit, not the one from before, but this one. So she's the actual fire chief. And
Was
here
the other
she is.
person a lieutenant?
She was the assistant or the deputy. I think she was the assistant fire chief.
Okay.
So here's what she has to say.
Apparatus, and I mean, I know we still have.
This was like a
some
few months
stations,
ago.
For example, that are still haven't fully recovered in their staffing levels with engines that need to get purchased, restaffed. I know at Fire Station 74s, for example. So, how many apparatus do you currently have out of commission?
Right, so I can give you those numbers right here.
Oh,
We
perfect.
have out-of-service apparatus, we have 40 engines, we have 36 rescue ambulances, and 10 of our trucks that are out of service.
Holy
And you
cow.
look at, well, how many actually do we have? It's close to 15 to 20% of our fleet that's out of service.
Apparatus, and I mean, I know we
Yeah,
still
so
have.
basically
Why?
she's saying, well, it's interesting. The mayor of L.A., Karen Bass, she, also a DEI hire, she cut the budget for firefighters by $17 million this year or whatever, last year or something like that. She's been in since 2022, so I don't know if that's over the entirety of it.
Where did that money go?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dan. Let me just bring up a
Does she
picture.
have an explanation about that?
I'll just bring up a. So this is her and all her DEI stuff. Well, I don't know how we make pictures big. There she is, Mayor Karen Bass. She's got her own website. Isn't that nice? So she is literally a communist. Okay, so in let's see, 1970s, she started going to Cuba to this to join this Venceremos Brigade. That's what it's called. And so here's my argument with
Grok.
Oh, fuck you, Grok. Trying to get out of it now. Okay. So I said, who's the mayor of L.A.? And Grok said, the current mayor of Los Angeles is Karen Bass. She took office in December 12th, 2022. And I said, what communist group was she a part of? he said, Karen Bass is not publicly associated with any communist groups. She is a member of the Democratic Party and has a history of involvement with various political and social organizations focused on issues like affordable housing, healthcare, criminal justice reform. If you're asking about historical or contemporary communist groups in Los Angeles, some relevant organizations include, and it names 3 organizations. Please note these groups represent different ideologies within a broader spectrum of communism and Marxist-Leninism, right? So I go, I'm like, well, fuck you, Grok. I was already getting pissed.
No,
So
you're getting heated.
I'm like, why did she fly to Cuba so many times? Because I already knew these answers. I just didn't know what exactly it was.
Right.
He put, Karen Bass's multiple trips to Cuba were primarily associated with her activities in the 1970s as part of the Venceremos Brigade, a group that organized trips for Americans to engage in work and cultural exchanges in Cuba. Here are the key reasons for her travels.
Yeah, I'm sure keys were involved.
Primarily work on construction projects, like building houses, which is compared to Habitat for Humanity. Solidarity and political ideas. At the time, Bass was a part of a movement of young leftist Americans interested in socialism and critical of U.S. imperialism, reflecting an anti-war and civil rights ideologies. And then, medical interest, congressional and official travel, whatever. These reasons collectively explain her travels to Cuba over the years, spanning from her youth as an activist to her time in the U.S. Congress. And I said, I'm really pissed now. I'm like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. A socialist movement in Cuba. Cuba is communist, don't you, Grok? And he's like, yeah, I'm aware that communist is officially a communist state and the rule of the Communist Party of Cuba. When discussing Karen Bass's involvement movements related to Cuba, it's important to clarify the Venceremos Brigade. This group was indeed part of a broader socialist and solidarity movement with Cuba, which was seen by participants as an example of socialism in action and a counterpoint to American foreign policy during the Cold War. And then he's trying to explain to me the difference between socialism and communism and the context during the 1970s and later visits. Oh
my God.
And so the wrap up is, so while Bass's early visits were indeed connected to socialist movements, this was part of a larger context of activism, not necessarily an endorsement or deep involvement in Cuba's specific form of communism. I say, isn't communism a form of socialism? And I'm still pissed off. Yes, communism is often considered a form of socialism, but there are key distinctions between the two.
Oh, my goodness.
And so he goes through 8 paragraphs of the distinction between the two. In summary, all communism can be considered a form of socialism, but not all socialism is communism, especially given the diverse interpretations and blah, 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 blah. I said, so you were lying to me. No, I wasn't lying. I was clarifying the distinction between socialism and communism to provide a more comprehensive understanding, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I understand the difference. I'm afraid you didn't, because I asked you what communist group she was a part of, and you were telling me it's a socialist group, while communism is socialism. And he said, I apologize for any confusion caused.
Jeez.
When you ask about the communist group Karen Bass was a part of, I should have directly addressed that she was involved in the Venceremos Brigade, which, while not formally a communist group, was supportive of Cuba's communist government and alleged activities, blah, blah, blah. My aim was to clarify that the involvement was more about solidarity with socialist and communist ideals rather than the membership in a formal communist party. I said, if your group was trying to recruit new communists from a capitalistic, imperialistic society, would you claim to be a communist? Is my question. Doesn't it make more sense they would call themselves a socialist? He says, yes, it does make strategic sense for a group with communist sympathies operating within a capital imperialist society to describe themselves as socialist rather than communist. Here's why. I'm not going to go through it. And I said, all I ask is that you shoot straight with me. I don't want to have to sift through your answers for you. I want you to give me the correct answer. Understood. Karen Bass was involved with the Venceremos Brigade, blah, 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 blah. If the group wasn't formally, and I said, you nailed it,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I had an argument with AI today, and I fucking won.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm smarter than a fucking machine.
So our buddy my cousin John,
Yeah.
he's
Communist.
down in Cali now. He was in North Carolina
Okay.
out of
Helping them there, Asheville.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
he got out.
Just being lazy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Wait, he got out. He used to live there.
Yeah, he used to
Oh!
live there. He was who I went and visited.
And he went to California to get away from the destruction.
Yeah. Dude, I just now put that together. Thank you very much. John,
Yeah.
we got some issues, bro.
John's a fire starter.
We've got some dude, I swear.
That's
Anyway, he just sent me this picture,
crazy.
and it's in California, and it says free menstrual products are available at Queer Resource Center, Roadrunner Hub Student Health Clinic. I think that was in a in a college that he's going to now
I mean, other than lesbians,
in California.
how
And
many
he-
queers are
and he-
road running?
And he
I'm
said
just saying.
he said it was in the male bathroom.
Yeah. Yep. Tampon Tim. You know him.
Clearly,
Yeah. So next he's going to Minnesota.
I guess, dude, you've got a track record, bro. Like hurricane, now fires. All right, is it going to be an earthquake somewhere?
Yeah.
Stay away from Idaho.
Perhaps the comedian Earthquake
I love you, but come on, man, don't
or
do
the
this to
wrestler.
us.
I think there was
No,
a
it's
wrestler and a comedian.
Comedian earthquake, yeah.
I think there was both though. One had to be a wrestler named Earthquake.
He says, "Bring it on, Buttercup." Johnny Foe.
So here's kind of another interesting one. So anyway, sorry, the communist mayor is the one that was cutting the budget, that cut the $17 million for the fire. And it's funny because, like, the fire hydrants were dry. There wasn't anything from the reservoirs, which was supposed to be full with like 1.7 million gallons of water or something. But they were draining it off into the ocean or whatever. There was supposed to be some kind of work being done on it in the middle of fire season. It's like, what could be so wrong with a fucking reservoir?
Okay, the reality about California is all year long is fire season for them.
True.
Even when it's dead of winter down there, shit will catch on fire and it will burn.
I think someone was saying that December and January and February were like the worst months.
Which is crazy because
Yeah.
of the
Santa Ana.
the droughts that they have during the summertime
Mhm.
that are actually government induced droughts.
Yeah.
Because
Because they're not cloud seeding with the chemtrails.
No, I don't think they can.
Put on your tinfoil hat.
Oh yeah, no, it's what do you think's under the brim of this?
A sandwich.
Saving that for later.
Yeah. Well, Dan, are you
It's
going to
a-
volunteer your
It's a
services
Jersey
down there?
Mike's.
Oh, yeah. Don't even bring that name up.
Are
Oh,
we,
bless.
are we still having Jersey Mike's problems?
Oh, no, I love it. Yeah, I'm having Jersey Mike's problems. Addiction.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. I mean, that's why you got the rosary, and
Yeah.
this is actually the first episode of our intervention
Yeah.
for you at Jersey Mike's,
I need an exorcism.
right?
Power of Christ.
But
Well-
oh man, jeez,
But hey, Dan, I've had a rough week too,
I know.
or a couple weeks.
Tell
I know-
us about it.
I know California has all this stuff. They got so much to complain about. But nobody thinks about me, and the week I'm having. So,
That's a lie.
first of all, what you do, Dan?
Well, Sarah
Um,
from Cali thinks about you all the time.
Aw, thanks, Sarah. So the one of the reasons last week that I was not gonna do the show is because I cut the tip of my thumb off, or not the tip, but the edge tip, like it's flat now.
Yeah, you were edging and
Yeah.
just the tip
Exactly.
just came right off.
Yeah, put it in. So so I was cutting. Okay, so I have this really delicious cucumber salad that I make. So I get the little either English cucumbers or the little baby ones,
Yeah.
and they're really good. And so I cut them into quarters, and then I take scallions, green onions.
Yep.
And so I cut those up and throw them in a pot, some sort of basin.
Okay.
Perhaps a bowl.
All right. A bowl,
A
perhaps,
bucket,
if
yeah.
you will.
Yeah. So I throw them in there.
It's one of those Home Depot 5-gallon buckets, isn't it?
Oh, dude, I would eat all of it. I love this shit. It's so good. I'll probably make some tonight. But
Leave your other thumb alone.
have you ever had ponzu? Have you? It's like a seasoned like soy sauce sort of. It's not as salty as.
Kind of.
It tastes way better. It's like a
Yes, I have.
yeah, and so they have bottles, and one's a lemon and one's a lime,
Okay.
and so you can
Lime's your favorite.
yeah, definitely. So I mix both of them in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take some of the chili oil stuff. It's all
Mhm.
like Asian ingredients.
Yeah.
And then I do rice wine vinegar, and so I kind of do equal parts of each ponzu and the rice wine vinegar.
Right.
Little sesame oil, little chili oil, or crushed red pepper, and then I'll cut up avocado and throw it in there if I got it.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's more for you.
But oh, and then I'll do like a little bit of like agave or honey or something just to
Okay.
balance it out a little bit.
You can just call it tequila, bro.
Yeah. Yes, I make cucumber tequila. It is so freaking good. It's so easy to make. It's filling. Like I'll just
Something light, something
Yes.
not too heavy, something you can have while the world is burning.
yes, exactly. Yes,
So
Just a
considerate of you, Steve.
nice and cool and refreshing while I watch their homes
Ah,
burn.
so delicious. Nothing with a blue building. Mm.
Yes, direct energy weapons can't touch me now. But yeah.
Apparently, beachfront property is going to be cheap, and Johnny and I are going to go and check it out.
Well, Adam Carolla was saying that all the permits you need and all the regulations, he's like, you're never going to be able to build there, but they will. The cabal of people that burn down your state.
Well,
Yeah.
the crazy thing is one of the ways that I've learned the most about it, in all honesty, was our good old friend and copycat Joe Rogan
Mhm.
had on Mel Gibson
Yes,
on
that
his
was great,
on
wasn't
his show.
Yeah.
And amongst all of the things he talked about, he was talking about the fact that because Mel Gibson started speaking out about the fact that, down in Cali where he's got, his house and stuff, and I guess his son is part of I think his son's got something to do with the fires
I don't
or
know
something
if I
like
saw
that.
part, but yeah.
I don't remember that specifically, but Joe was telling him that like Tom Segura's house is burned to the ground.
I think it was like his like
Child
almost adopted, like somebody he's known
Yeah.
forever. and
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he
I
was
remember
talking
that
about they drained the hydrants and they've
Yeah.
just set them up for failure.
Yeah.
And to continue burning.
Joe said like 2 years ago, he's like, the guy was saying to him, if the winds hit right, the whole thing's going up. Because,
Oh yeah, no, that's fact.
Well,
with,
and
with any fire, whether it's structure
Mhm.
or a wildfire, if it crowns, it gets up into the top, the wind carries it. You
and
better,
all the embers.
you
and,
better
know.
get out of its way.
When what they were saying is that there's a bunch of invasive eucalyptus trees. You can't cut them down
Excuse me. No, you can't.
because it's illegal or whatever.
It's like
And guess what they're full of? Tree oil.
oh yeah.
So they're like that. The things are just explosive as far as heat and
So you can't get rid of those down in LA. Just like here in the Treasure Valley, you can't kill or harm a geese on purpose or a goose on purpose because they're protected, right?
I use a blowgun though.
Where Sarah from Cali's from, they have roaming gangs of roosters. And you can't kill them on purpose either.
Jesus
protected.
Christ.
No, they like swarm parking lots. Like they are literal gangs of
Wow.
cocks just run around, cocks in trees, fucking cockfights all over the place.
Honey, I'm surrounded by cocks.
They're cocks. Just raining cocks everywhere.
Usually I like it, but not this one.
Not this time. They're attacking. They're attacking.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a 28th Amendment that free people are allowed to raise chickens, like possess chickens?
Really?
Yeah, there's something about it.
Did you also know
Anyways,
that,
tell me about Sarah's cocks.
They're everywhere. They're brightly colored. They make all kinds of noise.
Some are black, some are brown, some are white.
Brown, some are blue, some are violet.
Sarah doesn't like those ones, though.
Some are hurtful, some are purple. Anyway, and it's just insane. It's insane.
Oh, what?
Is there no 28th Amendment?
Shut up, Dan. Don't make me look like a fool.
I will not.
Oh my God. Oh, it's something about discrimination. We need to get rid of that right now.
Oh.
Goddamn equal rights. Okay. How about
Next they'll want to vote.
chicken amendment? Okay. Litter, what? Oh my
Chicken
God.
farmer amendment?
Maybe. Dozens of members of Congress request. Goddamn Mike Quigley. All right, well, we'll have to hatch that one later. Boom!
Oh,
right in the
geez.
face. Anyways, Dan, like I said, you don't care. So I cut my goddamn finger, right?
Okay.
While Jesus was healing that, I started going to church. And
What?
I'm taking, did you know that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to classes to become a good Catholic boy. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Dan. I'm going to be a holy man. I've got my rosary right here. I've prayed on it once or twice. Not all the way through the second time. But you got to go through all this shit, dude. It's crazy. It's like catechisms and stuff, and I'm
You're trying to honestly become
Yeah.
like
legit. Yeah.
a Catholic.
Yeah. You can still have fun. You just have to repent. Or
Oh
you
yeah,
have to
no, as
confess.
long as you
Yeah.
repent before you die, you're
Yeah.
good.
I have the cracker that washes away all my sins.
Yeah, what about the wine?
I can have some of that
Just chug
too.
that down.
Yeah, yeah.
Swill it.
Chug, chug, chug. Oh, slam it on the
Blood of
ground.
Christ! Blood of Christ!
Hey, I like your
Beer bong!
dress, guy. Coming half drunk. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm like, man, the world's just a crazy place now. Here's the thing, Dan. I used to tell people I was baptized because I was ashamed of not being.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
I was baptized like 3 times.
Uh,
No.
in classes, I learned it only counts once, Dan.
Check it out. So, when I was born,
How many cults were you a part of?
we're not talking about that right now.
Uh-huh.
Baptized Christian baby, right? Then my dad was working on an aircraft carrier, so I was baptized Catholic in a bell.
They just dropped you in the water accidentally.
I'm very aware of what happened. That's why I can only remember certain purple.
Yeah. People. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I said wild man firefighter. I don't know how you got it out of that.
And then later, when I was more grown and able to make my own decisions, I decided to get myself baptized in one of the Christian churches that we were in when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
So I was baptized 3 times.
That's
Not to
interesting.
brag or nothing. I'm
Why would they do it on
triple
a
covered.
carrier?
Because my dad wasn't there when I was born, and he was on an aircraft carrier at the time in the Navy.
Oh.
And so
okay. Were you
once-
on the carrier like a chaplain did it from the military?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Okay.
so the bell of the ship, they brought me onto the ship, and then I almost drowned in the bell that time. That's how it all started.
That's crazy.
No, I don't know whether or not I was almost drowned. I think my dad just didn't like me, and so he just held me under. And the
Yeah.
priest said, "Please God, no!" And he was like, "All right, well he's Catholic now."
It's like, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's like, are you sure? I mean,
I can hold him under longer.
Did you get it? Yeah.
It's
You sure
okay.
you
We
got
don't
it?
believe in abortions, but I mean, he's already born.
The
so.
power of Christ compels you. Yeah. So I don't know. I think we all have a spiritual thing that we need.
Something.
Yeah.
Something.
And I guess that's. I don't know. I guess I just want like peace of mind and just like
Holy shit! Your glasses have lenses.
Yeah, blue light. I need the blue light filters.
Oh man.
Well, you know that like the CIA picked blue light because they can control our minds through it.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm just keeping the CIA out.
Oh, it's the best thing to do.
Okay, so
well, amongst all the things that you could believe or choose not to believe or whatever else, above all else, the key is to hold on to hope. Like whether you're religious, you have beliefs or anything, is we all share hope.
and I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm not a well balanced person.
Well,
so
that's why
But I think that like having those guidelines and stuff, and the fact that you could
for Catholicism, they're more like guidelines than actual rules.
Yeah, exactly. And so like you can fudge it. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's
that you're
a lot
allowed
of
to do.
fudging in
You
Catholicism.
can get drunk, beat your wife. Do whatever happens. There's still forgiveness in it for you.
Yeah, you just got a Hail Mary.
Yeah, exactly. So here I am. So Roma's my sponsor, which is like a godfather sort of thing.
She get back into it?
Oh yeah, no, she's been into it the whole time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Catholic,
Yeah.
right? She can stray away for as long as she wants.
Yeah, I guess. Well, she took the classes that I'm taking, and so
Yeah,
now she's taking it with me.
I think her and Sarah did it together.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I should be getting baptized on Easter if you want to hang out.
Oh, all right. All right.
So
I'll try to not burst in flames
Yeah.
with my non-church attendance.
I'm gonna get baptized and throw a MAGA hat on. Don't worship false idols, but you get it, Jesus.
Jesus saved him. He also saved me. He saves everyone.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the best other than me at saving.
Exactly. So I started going to church not this week but last week, right?
Okay.
And it's just classes. It's not like church.
Right.
But we all talk about all this stuff, right? So this time I was supposed to, like, I was just going to go right after work. I was going to go to Roma's place and just hang out with her and talk about whatever.
Right.
And then we would, I'd give her a ride. So Roma was going to she had something to do. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm still going to drive to that side of town because it's like right before rush hour.
Right.
And I didn't want to like go home and sit for an hour and wait for rush hour to be over.
Sure. Yeah.
So I drive to the other side of town, and I'm like, what should I do? I was like, well, maybe I should go to a sit down restaurant, and just burn up some time.
Yeah.
So I picked an Afghan restaurant, and
Okay.
I was kind of tricked because it's called A Taste of Persia, and it's kind of right by around where you live. It's 5 miles.
Oh yeah. Just
Yeah.
before 5 Mile and Usick.
Yep. So I went there, and
How is it?
It's not bad, but wait, let me tell you.
Yeah, please.
So I got these things samosas, and they're beautiful. They're like that phyllo dough or whatever. They're real
Phyllo
crunchy.
dough. Yeah.
And they have like beef and onions in it, and then like chutney and some kind of
Yeah.
yogurt thing to put on them.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Kind of like tzatziki.
Very similar. Yep. And then I ordered the dumplings. I wanted just like a wrap, an Afghan wrap with like fries, but they did a dumpling, or they were out. And so I was like, God damn it, so what would you get? And so the guy said, oh, these, and they're like little ravioli, dumpling
Kind of things.
steamed things,
Yeah.
With like a yogurt sauce, and they had lentils on top and stuff, which were good. So then I'm like, all right, well, I'm out of here. So drove to the church and was there about half an hour early.
Take Steve to church.
Yeah. So my guts started,
Oh
just
no.
that, and that crampy
Did you get
feeling
the bubble gut, bro?
Not like, it wasn't like where you hear your guts moving.
Okay, so it wasn't necessarily talking to you, but it was constricting.
Yes, it's just that tight feeling where you're like,
Ugh.
oh, something bad's going on. And, I'm like, I literally just left the place. It can't be
That.
yeah,
Right,
and not
yeah.
lower guts. So anyways, I spent about 15 minutes on the can over there, on the throne, on Jesus' throne. at the right hand of God, as I like to say.
Praising him. Sweet baby Jesus, Lord in heaven, please help me. Help me get through.
Yeah. Release this. I think that was
exorcise the demons.
Scary movie. I think Andy Richter shitting in the bathroom. So it was a little rough. Okay, so
You sure that wasn't. I think that was actually James Woods.
Oh, that was
James Woods. Andy Richter was a part of those movies,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think he was like his assistant, but it
Maybe.
was James Woods.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's actually very funny. James Woods. I think his house didn't burn down, but maybe it did. I don't know.
was it blue?
It
was probably blue.
So
what? Scotty's G's
hello,
here.
Scotty.
What up? Oh, shout out to my niece Eve. She is
Aw.
17 today.
Nice.
Thank goodness she's not 18, but it's her birthday today.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wanted to be
enjoy
present.
this next year, Dad. It's
I
it's
made
all-
sure I was present.
Good. It's all downhill after that.
This is actually a recording.
Yeah, exactly.
AI is doing us wonderful things.
Yeah, trying to lie about communists. So I've got, I'm feeling okay. And then, it's an hour and a half long, right? And you're doing this stuff and they're telling you to turn pages in Bible and all that stuff.
Stand up,
So-
sit down, fight.
Not that, thankfully we didn't have to do all that, but you do during service and all that stuff. So as it's going on, they were talking about like baptism and stuff. And like
Mhm.
all these people are asking these ridiculous questions. They're like, so what happens if like a woman miscarries, but she was going to have the baby baptized? Does that baby go to hell? And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, a totally innocent fetus that dies is going to hell because you didn't baptize it.
No,
And, like-
it doesn't go to hell. To the best of my knowledge, it goes to purgatory.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
anything.
And burns forever. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding.
No, it
It's-
just stands in the mist.
it's a
Ask
chilly
Roma.
room.
She watched plenty
Yeah.
of Supernatural. She
Yeah.
knows all about purgatory.
Heaven is nice and temperate. Hell is burning. Purgatory is just a little chilly. It's like
Yeah, it's like
I-
Utah.
I wish I had a sweater.
It's like
know?
Utah,
Exactly.
or NorCal.
Just yeah. So they're going through all this stuff, and like when you get to your house and your bowels are like, we're home.
We're
like,
home.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
relaxed. Go and sit on your toilet.
Yeah, you better not fumble with your keys, kind of stuff. That's where I was getting to because I knew it was ending, and I was like, oh my god, just basically starting to sweat, and I'm like, okay, and then he's like, well, I think that's it for today, and I'm like, yes. So I started putting on my coat and doing all that, and of course, then there's the thing you're supposed to do with the father. And to you,
And
I don't
also with your spirit.
And
They
also
no
with you,
longer
yeah.
they no longer say and also with you. It is an also with
Oh,
your
really?
spirit. Yeah.
I don't know. It's only my
You'll
second
find out.
class.
You'll
Yeah,
find
it's
out.
Only my second class. So, anyways, that was as bad as a wildfire. Oh, and then I had to shit again.
Yeah, but did you die?
I mean, how many people in California died? What, 40? Come on.
Yeah, 40.
Actually, one of them
40.
was a child actor from Australia,
100.
and he had cerebral palsy, and his mom had a broken arm and couldn't help him, and so she left and to get help, and the firefighters came back with her, and the cottage was just burnt to the ground. So, anyways, that reminded me of that DEI lady.
Well,
That's funny.
life and the world are only as bad as you allow them to be. So be excited to be alive. Be excited about life. Oh my God. This is bad advice.
The real face of climate change. It's a homeless guy setting fires.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I think I'm out of fiery material.
California isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon.
You guys want to see something cool?
Always.
So I just found this. It's a guy with a thermal scope, right?
Okay.
And he is a sheep farmer or whatever. He's probably Indian. One of those 4-H sheep with a bodacious ass.
They were goats.
So yeah, this is just pretty cool. So a coyote grabs and is just grabbing it and holding it by the neck, right? I'm sure intent on killing it at some point. So he's just playing sniper, dude.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe. Wait for the
Yep.
right moment. It's going to be all right. And boom. Damn.
Go, baby. Protect this house. Save the sheep.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah.
Coyote down.
Coyote down. Yeah. I'm like, that would just be so badass. Like, if that was something you got to do.
Oh, my goodness. Holy cow.
Yeah.
No, holy coyote. That's the truth about that. Is freaking holy coyote.
Yeah. So aside from all the shit happening in the world, Dad, there are some really interesting political things going on, right?
On top of everything else, yes.
So like and I don't know how much people enjoy watching this stuff because I do. There was Senate committee hearings, like confirmation, basically for
those are essentially to say, what are they for?
So they get like a complete dossier, background check, like they have everybody that knows them write them a letter, like write a letter about their just whatever, and then they do like
Character and stuff.
Yeah, character letters, or character
Defamation.
defamation letters.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and so basically it's the point where the Senate gets to investigate, and then they have to vote on whether someone is suitable or not. So like Matt Gaetz would have gone through this, except Pam Bondi is now.
So in that respect, if they don't get voted in, are they still elected? Are they no?
No. So what Trump could do is call a he could dissolve Congress or whatever, like send them into whatever. Can't remember what it's called, but basically
Go
tells
to your
them,
room.
Yeah, basically
Go
yes.
to your room
Basically,
and
yes.
think about what you did.
And so then I think he could, for 2 years, utilize the person he wants, but then you have to redo it, so it can't last the whole time.
All right.
And so they do this for every single pick. And it's a bipartisan thing. So
Yeah, the Republicans and the Democrats.
Yeah, and it's so fun to watch because the Republicans and Democrats are basically just fighting, like, to confirm somebody or to, and a lot of times in this case, the Democrats are trying to get, a viral video, or something for their next campaign. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Where they know the person is qualified, they know whatever, but they're just trying to.
Yeah, they're just trying to.
Yeah, grandstand and make a fuss.
Well, it's kind of like, AOC at the time with, Holman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Holman.
Yeah.
Before he's, going to be the new border czar.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Which is not a cabinet position, so he gets it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Appointed.
he was just sitting there talking about, how his career and everything, and about how, I guess, he was also under Trump's previous regime. I'm going to hold out with regime. And AOC was trying to come at him about, legal asylees.
Yeah. No, yeah, legal asylees are legal to be here or whatever. Yeah.
And
or have no, they've not broken any laws.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And, his counterpoint to that was, well, yeah, if you come into the country legally and seek asylum, you can do that. But I'm not talking about legal asylees. These people have come into the country illegally.
Yeah. Well, I think he says once you come into this country, he's like, they could stand outside and they could go through the process everybody else has to.
Correct.
He's like, but if you come into this country illegally, you have committed a crime.
And you are breaking the law according to this particular numbered code.
Yes, it's so good. He is the dude you don't want to argue with because he
No.
is right.
He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. And so there's this one lady from fucking her name's Hirono. She is the most grating person I think I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, you've got to throw this out there then.
Yeah, she's a Democrat from Hawaii, a senator. So she gets 6 years. I don't know how long she has left, but Jesus, they need to get rid of her.
Machine Gunner Jay is here.
Oh, hello, Jay. Yeah, so I'm sorry that you guys I have to expose you guys to this, but
he might get mad at me about that. But I'll deal with it. To the best of my knowledge, he was Machine Gunner Jay.
What about Machine Gun Kelly?
No, he's MGJ.
All right, so I'm going to put you guys through some really, really painful stuff right now, and I'm sorry.
And apparently we have a dude named Alex who just joined us.
Senator,
Sorry.
You know that being drunk at work is prohibited for service members under the UCMJ?
Senator, those
Yes
are
or no?
multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do you
News
know that
run directly
drinking on the job
contradictory to
is
the dozens of men and women at
not
Fox News
contemplated
Channel
and-
who
I'm not
I work
hearing-
with
I'm
who
not
came
hearing
on
the
the
answer to my
record
question.
and said they've
In your
never
opening
seen
statement,
that.
Mr. Hegseth, you commit to holding leaders accountable at all levels. That includes you, of course. And frankly, as secretary, you will be on the job 24/7. You recently promised some of my Republican colleagues that you stopped drinking and won't drink if confirmed, correct?
Absolutely.
Will you resign as Secretary of Defense if you drink on the job, which is a 24/7 position?
I've made this commitment on behalf of the
Will you
men and women I'm
resign as
serving.
Secretary of Defense
I've
if
made this
you
commitment
drink
on
on the
behalf of
job?
the men and women I'm serving.
I'm not
because it's the
hearing-
most important deployment
I'm not
of my
hearing an
life.
answer to my question, so I'm going to move on.
Yeah. Oh, and
Now
she
I know what
gets
you're
into,
talking about.
and she gets into all this sex, like her first questions are, have you ever forced someone? She's like, I say this to every
What,
nominee.
male person who's
And
been
female.
nominated?
and
female.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like Hegseth. He's a special forces guy. He's run like veteran service organizations.
Yeah.
He built a couple of them. And he was confirmed. And he had the most, everybody was saying he had the most people standing out in the cold and in that room with him that they've ever seen for any nominee.
Damn.
Yeah. And I think I have another yeah, so this is one of the conservative senators just giving him some defense. And so it's kind of that back and forth thing.
Okay.
So basically she's like, you're a rapist, you're a drunk, you're all these things, right? And then this guy gets to talk. So it's nice. So it's back and forth.
Okay.
But let me read you what the qualifications of the Secretary of Defense is, because I Googled it, and went through a lot of different sites, and really it's hard to see. But in general, the U.S. Secretary of Defense position is filled by a civilian. That's it. If you have served in the U.S. Army Forces and have been in the service for, you have to be retired for at least 7 years, and Congress can weigh that. And then there's questions that the senator from Massachusetts brought up about serving on a board inside the military industry, and yet your own secretary that you all voted for, Secretary of Austin, we had to vote on a waiver because he stepped out the board of Raytheon.
Who is a
But I guess
military
that's
industrial
okay
complex.
because that's a Democrat Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, they build
But we
rockets.
so quickly forget about that. And then Senator Kaine, or I guess I better use the senator from Virginia, starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job?
It's great.
How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night?
They have a bar.
Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because a man's made a mistake. And you want to sit there and say that he's not qualified? Give me a joke. I mean, it is so ridiculous that you guys hold yourself as this higher standard and you forget you got a big plank in your eye. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. And Jennifer, thank you for loving him through that mistake.
I like those euphemisms.
Because the only reason why I'm
Give me
here
a
and not in
joke.
prison is because my wife loved me too.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have changed, but I'm not perfect. But I found somebody that thought I was perfect. And for whatever reason, you love Pete, and I don't know why. But just like our Lord and Savior forgave me, my wife's had to forgive me more than once too, and I'm sure you've had to forgive him too. And so thank you. So
Getting some advice.
Okay, something else I want to say is, give yourself room to be human. Like, for real. Not just in this situation, but also it just brings up the fact that, we in positions like this or situations as such, and even in just regular life, there's no room to be human. I mean, why not?
Nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. We're all human. We're all allowed to change and be forgiven and be different.
I mean, Jesus was perfect.
Well, yeah, but
And
we all
Mary.
don't bleed water and blood. And then change it to wine, drink it, so
Yeah.
you get it
I
back.
bleed wine. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's too much hypocrisy and contradictions about certain aspects of life. And it's not great to have people in offices as such that are constantly wanting, is like, well, can I just be human? Why are you holding me to such a high standard when I'm just a person? It's like, no, dude, you fucked up so bad and you kept doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference.
Absolutely.
But it's about, and I think that's also something that goes with faith and belief and things like that. It's just allowing yourself to be human and to know that perfection is not what we're supposed to do. We're born sinners. We're born into sin. We're capable of all of it. And I don't say that we're born sinners because immediately as soon as we pop out, you're damned. And then you have to go and seek out redemption and faith and, things like that. But I do believe that we are all inherently capable of both great and terrible things, and that forgiveness is real, and that it's good to have faith, whether it's in whichever deity that you choose.
Oh, no, there's just one.
Right. We all have our own beliefs.
You were making me think of like a diet, like when you are on this very strict diet and then you fuck up and eat a burger, then it's ice cream, it's pizza, like
you binge.
You slide. Yeah.
You binge.
Yeah. But if you have that, I am not perfect as part of you as a person, you're like, well, I'm going to have some ice cream every now and then or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that is way more safe. And Jay, I don't know if, I was saying military industrial complex, which was what Eisenhower said in his last address, which basically is talking about how like people are invested in all the missile companies and all this bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they want never ending wars because guess what? They get kickbacks and they use money laundering. All of our money is being laundered through Ukraine. That's why everybody's so fucking rich. They come into the, White House poor or Congress or Senate and end up being fucking millionaires, and all they make is $100,000 or $140 a year or whatever.
Jeez.
So yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just allow yourself to be human, and it's going to be okay. Like, it's really going to be okay no matter what. This one's one of my favorites.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, no, but we need to share it.
Yeah, this one's a little bit doctored up. But so when he said, "Oh, the person from Massachusetts was talking about, when we had to make the waiver for Raytheon for the guy who was part of the board of Raytheon, which is a complete conflict of interest." So here we go. This is Elizabeth Warren. She's Isn't
she Indian?
She
Native
said she was,
American?
but I think Trump's more Native American than she is.
Right, yeah.
He had her. He said he was going to give her like $1 million if she took a
Yeah, I
test.
think, yeah.
She was like 3% or something.
Something ridiculous.
I think there
If
was
that.
one person that called her Liawatha.
Oh, my God.
He called her Pocahontas, I think.
Yeah, he was calling her Pocahontas, yeah.
So here she is. She's a senator from Massachusetts, I believe.
You're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years. But you're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
All right, that's a fantastic edit.
Someone was pointing this guy out here. Just watch what happens. So funny.
Industry for 10 years. But you're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
It's like, how's that arrow to the foot?
Yeah. I don't know if he's a Democrat or a Republican, but if he's a Democrat, that's crazy good.
It doesn't matter because that was fantastic.
Yeah.
There's the other one where it's all like, da-da-da-da-da, and it's like on Hegseth's face.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, it should be on Hegseth. So the other one was Pam Bondi, and I really like her. I'd never seen her talk or anything. She was
I'd only heard about her. Wasn't she like the press secretary?
No, that was McElhenney or whatever. She was fucking badass too. Kaylee McElhenney.
Macklemore?
But she was the one that came with like the book with fucking bookmarks and shit.
Yeah. She was the one who showed up and went to the oh man, I'm trying to remember the song. Damn it. It was Macklemore. Fuck.
So
fucked it up.
So this one is just of her. It's got nothing to do with but this is just her who
this is
she
the person,
is.
right?
Yes.
I want to know why AG Garland and the Justice Department are so quiet on this tonight. You know, they're out there labeling parents domestic terrorists, yet they're saying nothing about this. And these documents were so slow to come out. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business in this country, and Jeffrey Epstein is dead, and Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for 20 years where she belongs. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so unless they're a child, a victim, or a cooperating defendant by some chance against some potential case against Ghislaine Maxwell. And I think Mark Garagos, as a great criminal defense attorney, will back that up as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's a fucking... I was
cutthroat.
super impressed by her.
Jeez.
President Trump...
sexualize her.
No, I don't think that's her.
Looks closer to Scarlett Johansson, to be honest.
Yeah, so President Trump has... Oh, so basically, Kash Patel, who's supposed to be the FBI director, he's like a dude that's based as fuck.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so that's the one they kept attacking her about Kash Patel. Like they're like, do you have a hit list? She's like, no. She's like, look, I'm sure you're talking about our pick for FBI director, Kash Patel. And I'll just let you know right now that he's fully qualified for the job and blah, blah. Like, yeah, she just goes right directly after it. And so Kash Patel has stated he would publish the Epstein's Island list. AG nominee Pam Bondi, which she was confirmed, said there's no legal ability to block the Epstein's Island list from being published.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Based AF. Oh, also, this lady banged an 11-year-old and got pregnant. So that's pretty cool. I just threw that in there, the palate cleanser.
Yeah, really cleanse the palate, buddy.
Oh, another sex criminal. So nearly 200 of Hunter Biden's artwork worth millions of dollars were destroyed in the fires. You know what would be a great way to launder money, Dan?
What?
If you sold a painting to someone for millions of dollars.
And then it burned in the fire.
No, you just sell a piece of shit painting to someone for $1 million.
Actually, that is a pretty good racket.
It's brilliant.
God damn it. That is gold.
What the hell? Why haven't we been doing this? I need some powerful, rich friends.
We're working on it, Steve. We're working on
Yeah.
it. Calm down.
Yeah. Jay, how powerful are you? Scott, how much you got in your wallet? I got paintings I got to offload. This is awesome. Great news. So breaking, the FBI shuts down its diversity office just 4 days before President Trump's inauguration. Not even in office yet. The world is healing. Oh, so awesome.
Man.
So then Trump, the biggest thing he's done so far, which is there's a lot of them, the ceasefire in between
Israel and Hamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually Hegseth, based as fuck, in the middle of the thing, they said, well, what would you do with Hamas? And he said, I would kill every last one of them. That's like an exact, he either said kill or destroy, based as fuck, on the record in the Senate, subcommittee hearing.
It's very much like Trump with Kim Jong-un back in the day.
Yeah.
He's like, I had a great conversation with Kim Jong-un. I had a wonderful conversation. We were on the phone, and he's like, I've got a little red button on my desk, and I could be rather problematic. And he said, and I just calmly said to him, yeah, I've got a red button on my desk too, but mine's bigger and more powerful than yours.
Yeah, and boy, is my finger itchy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I miss my fidget spinner.
And he was the first president in history, if not one of the first political leaders, to walk across the border from South Korea to North Korea with no security detail.
Yep.
Walked straight up to their leader, shook his hand, and they sat down and talked.
Yeah.
The whole fucking time.
I mean, seriously, dude. And people are like, oh no, he's so whatever. And it's like that's the dude you want dealing with those guys. That's the dude.
And he's something that a lot of people are having a hard time with. Maybe is the fact that he is getting done what he says he's gonna get done.
Way less people this time around, though. I think 73 million people that voted for him didn't vote for Biden got the most votes of anybody ever. No, fucking bullshit.
No.
You got the blue light coming out of your TVs. You got the sky lasers, direct energy weapons. You got draining your reservoirs, and then you got voter.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Steve.
Mm-hmm. I'm making a lot of sense.
You also take the jab.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
there was a lot of people who voted for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was all based on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's more the lockdowns because the jab, you can't really there's not as many tinfoil hats on that, I think. Well, there's more.
There's more than you think.
And actually, yeah, I do have some good stuff. Actually, so the thing is Trump dropped that like this is what we came up with, and it's verified by people in Israel because I think when they were doing negotiations, people were saying like the people that were a part of it were saying, well, Biden the whole time just looked like an Israel backing asshole, that wasn't like listening to both sides or what, just nobody respected him, I guess, because he was just a puppet of Israel.
Right.
But people like even in the Israeli papers and stuff, they were saying Trump did this, like got this horrible thing to hopefully they get their hostages back.
Well, and that was one of the big things that he said about the other problem that's going on in the world, which is the Ukraine situation.
Oh, I thought you meant TikTok.
We'll get to that. the other situation, but when he was dealing with a very nasty person, you're a nasty person, you ask nasty questions. I didn't come out here and be rude like that, but you just bombard me. You don't talk to Biden like that, but you talk to me like that. It's okay.
It's almost a direct quote.
But what he said is, I would want people to stop dying.
Mm-hmm. Or we'll kill them all.
That's what he wants. He wants everybody to stop fucking dying. He's not out to make money that way.
Yeah. He doesn't care about that shit.
No.
Yeah. He's not laundering money through wars.
No,
You know?
he wants us to prosper.
Yeah.
Not Ukraine, not Russia, unless it's through us.
He has no
making
paintings.
us money. Yeah, no, he don't got no paintings.
He doesn't paint. Yeah.
I'm sure that Barron has very good portraits.
Yeah, sure.
That he has painted.
He pays people to paint.
Stoically.
Yeah.
And he just wants people to stop dying. And he said he would end it so quick. I would end it so quickly. And it's not even
he's not even
the war that he was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Israel and Hamas one.
Yeah.
And he fucking ended that.
Wait, do you think Ukraine and them, are they settling things or
I don't know,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I will not be surprised at all how fast that's going to fucking come to a close.
Him and Putin can get something done.
They'll get it done.
So here's Joe Biden trying to take credit for Trump's negotiation.
Speaking to you tonight from the Oval Office. Before I begin, let me speak to important news from earlier today. After 8 months of nonstop negotiation, my administration, a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached by Israel and Hamas, the elements of which I laid out in great detail in May of this year. This plan was developed and negotiated by my team and will be largely implemented by the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed, because that's how it should be.
Keep them fully informed so they can get the tweet out before we do.
This will be my final address to you from the American people from the Oval Office.
All right. Anyways, that old guy. He was just constant negotiations from that beach chair that he was in for,
And ice cream shops?
That what was it? He took more weeks of vacation in his 4 years than I think any other president or almost all the presidents combined.
I'm not surprised.
I don't remember exactly what it was.
I'm not surprised at all.
He's very sleepy. Okay, here's another
Clearly.
badass thing. So in federal buildings, they put up a picture of the president. This is the picture that will be up. It's the most badass, I think.
That is solid.
Yeah. So
Leave it black and white. Don't even color it.
I hope it's black and white. Just
don't even color it. That would be that's straight boss.
Mugging. Yeah.
You know what that look is? You fired.
Yeah. He knows.
Straight up, you fired.
He knows how to mug for the camera. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go, Dan. So other things that are changing just because he's not even in office. This just in: the Food and Drug Administration has banned the use of red dye number 3, which is used in thousands of food products and is made from petroleum. Red dye number 3 has been linked to cancer in animals. The dye gives beverages and foods a bright red cherry color. The dye is still used in thousands of food, including candy, cereals, cherries, fruit cocktails, fruit, strawberry flavored milkshakes. NBC reported. Food manufacturers have until January 15th, 2027 to fix their products. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a strong advocate for removing dyes from food products, which he has not had his Senate hearing yet. It's still him and Tulsi and somebody else I was waiting. Oh, Kash Patel have not been scheduled.
Does Elon have to go?
Nope, he's an appointee. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so if you're a secretary level.
So him and Vivek are great?
Yeah,
they're great.
They're in no matter what. Yeah.
They're just part of it as soon as Monday hits.
So there's secretaries. So like there's a Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Secretary of Interior, Secretary of whatever, Energy, Environmental.
Yeah,
they're all the cabinet. They're the president's cabinet, and then there's also just people like Homan, where you can go. You're under Homeland Security, but we're appointing you as the. Whatever.
You're the border czar.
Yeah. So that's fucking badass. I mean,
that's
how many things are already fucking happening that are,
I was actually wondering about that. I was wondering, where's RFK in all of this?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So he will be Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Right.
Over the FDA.
Well, it was more the question as to, Trump had said that, he was putting him in charge of it and we want to make America healthy again. Right.
Maha.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the craziest things. And, we brought it up It was on this great show. I think you're familiar with it.
Mhm.
It was called the Sensible Sociopath Podcast.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That was Roma Romerica Rifkin's highlight, shining glory.
Mhm.
And we did. There were examples of, certain foods that we have made here.
Oh yeah,
and made
yeah.
in another country.
Cat
Yeah.
Canada. Yeah.
And the difference in quality and stuff, but also at the same time, they make and sell the exact same foods overseas.
Yeah.
Right? They make and sell the exact same foods.
You can get Fruit Loops over there.
But people aren't sick and obese and healthy and full of cancer and everything. Not just because of the way that they do their healthcare system, but
Which sucks. But yeah. There's a reason we have the best cancer treatment, because we have the most cancer.
Correct.
Boom!
Yeah, no, we're the experts.
All America. Yeah.
Shooting up the cancer.
Do you want to know what really excites me?
A lot of things.
Yeah. We don't have one of these around here, but I just hope this is a trend. So by the end of February 2025, all Steak and Shake locations will use 100% all-natural beef tallow.
Oh, they're bringing it back.
Fuck yeah. Steak and Shake announced today that's moving forward with the use of 100% natural beef tallow in all its restaurants. Long been famous for shoestring fries. Will now fry them the best way possible. Correct. So
that was back in the day what made McDonald's fries so fucking awesome.
Correct. If you don't remember what French fries at McDonald's were like in 1994 or 93, you have people say that French fries are good now and
No.
at McDonald's,
No,
and I
they're
want to
not.
spit in their fucking face.
No, they're not.
Because I fucking remember. I will never forget. It's a whole different, it's so fucking good.
You remember that guy who did like the Super Size Me shit? I don't remember what his name is. But he did like the documentary about like McDonald's and eating
Morgan Spurlock.
Okay. But he did like the documentary which essentially got rid of like the super size at McDonald's.
That prick.
Terrible thing.
Yeah.
Supersizing was awesome.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But-
Absolutely.
But it was essentially like supersize went away and so did beef tallow.
No. Beef tallow
went out before that.
Correct. Yeah. Beef tallow went out because the people who produce like vegetable oil and like corn oil, I think it was corn oil and canola oil, lobbied to Congress, those piece of shits, to, and donated money and all this stuff to vote out.
Buying up land.
Vote out, because they said, oh, well, fats are bad for you, bacon grease and butter and all that stuff. We need margarine and we need canola oil.
Oh
we
my
need
God,
all that
margarine
stuff.
is so bad for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like plastic and petrol,
It's
And guess what happened after that? Heart disease, cancer, diabetes skyrocketed after that. Yeah. And and here's the thing. Think about what we ate when we were fucking cavemen. We ate fat. Yes, we ate so much fat. That's what kept us alive.
fat and bone marrow and different other parts of the animals that had the vitamins and nutrients that we needed as people.
Yeah. Skip the sugar, keep the fat. That's the whole thing.
Because it gets used in so many other things.
Yeah, it'll make your hair lustrous.
Well, there's just
It'll
so
grease
many.
up your gums.
Oof.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah, and then finally,
our man.
So 40 members of the European Parliament have signed a letter requesting the EU president invite Elon Musk to speak at the plenary. The parliamentarians want to discuss freedom of speech, conservative values, and technological success, and have a goal of making Europe great again.
All right, they're
Crazy.
trying to fucking dick ride on our shit. That's
I
what
know.
they're trying to do.
That's all right. That's what Europe always does. Oh, they have their fucking hostels. I don't know. I'll get hostile. Get it, Dan?
Yeah.
They have hostels, but
fucking
I'll get
hostile.
hostile. Yeah. With a drill to your kneecap.
So ultimately, several other things I'd like to say.
Okay, you have 3 minutes, Dan.
Yeah,
Several.
fuck off your 3 minutes. Fuck
I have
off.
several other things.
You expressed a conversation that you had with an AI.
Yeah.
For over 10 minutes.
It was
fuck
great,
off for my
wasn't
3.
it?
Yes, it was fantastic. I'm not
Thank you.
saying.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, it was great. Okay. But fuck off. I have 3 minutes. So, first and foremost, people, don't be afraid of change. Like, no matter what's coming, don't be afraid of change. Whether it's what's going on in the world or within yourself. And I think that's one of the things that scares people the most is just afraid, the fear of change. And I don't live by a life of, of letting fear cripple me and put me in a position in which I can't, I just fucking can't. I don't say that, fear is a bad thing or that, it's bad for you or anything like that. But it's misunderstood. And I believe I've said that before on the show is that fear is very misunderstood characteristic of humanity. But it's also incredibly crucial because if we didn't have fear and anxiety, we wouldn't have survived so long,
Or we'd all be in the X Games.
Or the Squid Games, apparently, whatever the fuck that shit is. And, something that I recommend for people is to just dig deep inside yourself, at your core, get real and don't hold back and fucking forgive yourself for whatever. It's okay. The most important person you should ever seek forgiveness from is you. And him.
And your wife.
Right.
All right, three
Clearly. Three people. Maybe grandma. Okay. 4 people. And your boss. Okay. But 5 people. I live by this. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself first. As terrible as that premise sounds, if you don't take care of yourself first, you have no capability to take care of anyone else. Because you're killing yourself to save someone else. And there's even, no matter who they are to you, there's no guarantee that they will appreciate your sacrifice as much as it means to you to sacrifice for them.
Some people avoid themselves by trying to fix other people.
Parents, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, coworkers, brothers, sisters, mothers, they all do that. I mean, I've been guilty of it in my life too. For a very long time, I was guilty of it. And I thought I wasn't trying to be a person who was like, well, look what I did. And this is the kind of person that I am. And I'm so good. It was just, no, this is what I felt like I needed to do for other people. Mm-hmm. I'd give my shirt off of my back to someone else so that they wouldn't be cold.
They would have
regardless of whether or not I would be, I would succumb to the cold. I'd freeze to death to make sure that somebody else was warm because I didn't value myself enough. And it's important to value yourself because you're the only one you've got, really. And you can't worship Jesus if you're dead.
I'll be hanging out with him.
It's beside the point.
We're going to play ping pong.
But something else is that this year I'm going to start my own X page as Super Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's fun.
Gonna do all kinds of things for the ranch.
Oh.
And probably post some crazy wacky pictures about life and maybe work. Not necessarily what I do, but just crazy wild pictures and stuff, and posts and things like this, bringing back clips and videos, bringing it to our page, and I'll also post them there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for me this year is it's onwards and it's upwards. It's the only direction I see to go is The past is indeed behind us. I don't ever forget it. I don't ever denounce it as unimportant or unvaluable.
Sure.
But I'm not that person anymore. And as soon as you realize you're not who you were 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, your life truly begins. And just live, man.
And we can have hope. For the long time, I
Absolutely.
didn't have any hope.
No.
So
No.
yeah.
Allow yourself to be human.
Yeah.
Hold on to hope. And it only gets better from here. And it truly is how you look at life and how you look at what's happening in your life that will dictate whether or not you have a good one, regardless of what's going on. I mean, next Friday will be a year from when I had surgery.
Yeah.
And
You were talking about not be crippled by fear, and I was like, you were crippled.
I was literally crippled, though. Wasn't because I was afraid.
Was it fear, Dad?
No.
Yeah, you're faking the whole time?
No, I got fucking pushed off a truck, all right? But it's just going to get better from here.
Absolutely.
And the ranch is all about improvement and all of the good things in life.
Mm-hmm.
And
the really funny things that are bad.
yeah,
Those are my favorite.
those are our dark humor is absolutely phenomenal.
Keeps me going.
And we love everybody who is here and who is not here.
Absolutely.
Bring as many people as you can.
Yeah.
Even if they hate, haters gotta hate. Let them do their goddamn job.
Well, and next week we're hopefully going to have a special guest. Which
next week.
I want to. Yeah. I thought it was a little short notice that this week, but we're gonna try to get on a very funny, very strange.
He's fantastic.
Probably one of the most lovable human beings, Brian. He was on our old show a long time ago.
It was the Sensible Sociopath podcast. He was on it for a good while.
Yeah, probably
the first 20 some episodes.
Yeah.
And he came back once more after that.
Mm-hmm.
He took hiatus, and he came back once more after that. I finally got to meet him.
Yeah.
We had a whole thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
And I'm excited. We're still waiting for the calendar, Roma. We're still waiting for the calendar.
Yeah. He's going to do nudes, full nudes.
Well, he already did them.
Oh,
We're just waiting for the calendar.
About that. Anyways, he's one of the strangest, most interesting people. He's a Marine.
Yeah. He's a Marine.
Yep. You're not going to believe him when you see him. I've known him for years.
Show.
He's one of my favorite people in the whole world, and he's just so naturally hilarious. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to get out of here because
love you guys.
I got whores coming over.
Thanks for joining us this week at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
We love you all. Please like, share, subscribe. Also, go back, check out the Sensible Sociopath podcast. It's also on YouTube. And we will see you guys next week here at the ranch. Love you guys.
Bye.